Nations around the world are building higher and higher skyscrapers. With improvements in technology, buildings can now be much taller than ever before. There are currently 3 skyscrapers under construction that, when completed, they will be more than 1 kilometer tall. Today, you will have a look inside the tallest buildings in the world. Keep watching to find out where will be the most impressive constructions created by humans. Number 5. Burj Mubarak Al Kabir. Planned to be part of the future city Madinat Al Harir in Kuwait, will soon hold the title for the world's tallest building and will become the center of attraction of the city. Being planned to be 1,001 meters tall based off the folktale of 1,001 Arabian Nights, it will be towering over even the magnificent Burj Khalifa if completed in its due time of 2030. Madinat Al Harir, or the Silk City, will also have a brand new airport alongside this beast of a building. A nature reserve, a major business center, and its very own Olympic Stadium with many more tourist attractions coming from all over the world is also included in the mega plan. The Silk City will be home to 700,000 lucky residents and is estimated to create 450,000 new jobs. Costing a whopping $132 billion to build, the construction won't be completed for another 20 years, so hold on before you book your flights. Engineers of this master plan also plan to link the Silk City to the nearby Kuwait City by a 36-kilometer-long bridge. Another astonishing feature of the Silk City is in the 7 30-story buildings being planned to be built around Mubarak Al Kabir, connected by further 4-story town squares, hosting apartments, offices, and hotels. This utterly jaw-dropping structure is definitely not for those afraid of heights. Amongst the many remarkable features being built into Mubarak Al Kabir, the architects had planned to make double and even triple-decker elevators to take up less space amongst the 234 floors. At 1,001 meters, it's no surprise the architects have to design their way out of a skyscraper's worst enemy, strong, blowing winds. Well, Mubarak Al Kabir is designed as 3 interlocking towers twisting at the angle of 45 degrees. To further stabilize it, a number of ailerons will be built to each edge of the building, so the engineers can reposition them to change the direction of the winds and reduce the structural vibrations. Number 4. The Jeddah Tower. Though the true planned height of the Jeddah Tower is still a closely guarded secret, it's envisioned to be estimated to be 1,008 meters high. Previously known as the Mile High Tower, Jeddah Tower was planned to be built as 1 mile high, but the bedrock of where the construction is taking place was not suitable, hence the architects ended up going metric. Designed by the Adrian Smith, the same architect who designed the Burj Khalifa, the Jeddah Tower will be home to 167 floors and 59 express elevators to access them alongside many aesthetic and structural features. It will primarily be used to house 4-season hotels, service departments, office space, and luxurious condominiums. The Jeddah Tower will also be the host of the highest observatory in the world. The Jeddah Tower has been under construction since 2013, and 66 floors have already been built. However, due to legal investigations, the construction has been put on hold since mid-2018. Once finished, the tower will form the centerpiece of the Jeddah Economic City. The city itself has been planned to be completed in 3 phases, the first being the completion of Jeddah Tower, and the next to build the infrastructure needed to support the city. As for the 3rd phase, it's another secret for us to figure out. The city is meant to cover the area of 1,285 acres, including both commercial and residential developments. Number 3, Creek Tower. Based in Dubai Creek, the Creek Tower has been under construction since 2016. This 1,300-meter tall building will be hosting 210 floors and is due to be completed by 2021. In the May of 2017, engineers had already finished digging the foundations of this monster tower. The architect of the Creek Tower, Santiago Calatrava, who was known to previously design the Museum of Tomorrow in Rio and the Milwaukee Art Museum, has spent a wallet-bursting $1 billion for its construction. Calatrava has designed the structure of the tower, taking inspiration from Islamic minarets. The top is shaped like the bud of a lily flower, meant to project a futuristic light in shape of a flower when the sun sets over Dubai City. Housing restaurants, offices, and even apartments, the Creek Tower will provide a 360-degree view over Dubai City, designed in inspiration of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. If completed in a year, Creek Tower will hold the title of the tallest building on Earth. Surely a sight for sore eyes. Number 2. Sky Mile Tower. Proposed to be built at an astonishing 1,700 meters tall in the capital city of Japan, Tokyo. The city lies on the Pacific coast and is suffering from overpopulation. Tokyo also lies on a tectonic plate and is at constant risk from earthquakes, typhoons, and rising sea levels. However, what can one expect from a tech-savvy country of Japan? Well, to face these hazards, the Japanese government has initiated the Next Tokyo 2045 project with the aim to encourage architects to design cities and buildings in accordance with climate change. From what you can imagine, the Sky Mile Tower is only a small part of the Japanese vision of the next district in the Bay of Tokyo. Planned to be stretched over 3,000 acres and house 500,000 people, the Next Tokyo district will be a series of hexagonal rings and angled walls. These are designed to break high-raised waves, hurricane-speed winds to protect the infrastructure and residents. It will also house harbors, urban farming, and freshwater reservoirs alongside algae farming for a clean source of fuel. But you won't believe what these engineers did to pump water up this beast. Since a lot of motors and machines were required to take water up from the ground to the top floor, they decided to come up with an amazing alternative by actually making a system of taking moisture from the air and clouds to produce fresh water for use. The mechanism used by the engineers is especially created for sustainable living for the future, because let's face it, the rising issue of global warming needs smart solutions. Number 1. Times Square 3015. And here's to our last pick of the day, which is a building that's famously known to be the Vertical King. The skyscraper goes all the way up in the air for about an entire mile. To be precise, this building is around 1,733 meters high, with an extravagant exterior that would lighten up any street. And just as the name suggests, this state-of-the-art piece of architecture will be built in Times Square, New York, where life never settles. The original design of this building has every impossible thing on the planet, including a forest. This skyscraper is originally being designed for residents to live here in the perfect living conditions. But what's special about this project is the fact that these houses might actually have an artificial beach or an entire forest as backyards. Can you even imagine getting all of that in the busy area of New York City in a building? Well, since the project is being planned in order to sustain nature, the building requires a lot of sunlight for all the greens to survive. And that's pretty much why the north-facing side of it would most likely be made of glass that would let the light and heat pass through. The entire elevator system here won't be any less than an engineering miracle, because it's being made to efficiently let its users travel without wasting much time at every stop. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of this video. Let us know in the comments below about your favorite invention, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share.